How are you doing, people? Hope you are well and training like your life depended on it, which to a large extent it does, I suppose. My name's Duncan Walsh. If you're new to the channel, I am 58 years old, so I guess one of the things I want to demonstrate is the levels of fitness that are possible at this age, how to manage body maintenance and keep your weight down whilst having a good amount of muscle mass and a higher VO2 max, which are massive factors in health and longevity. I do have a new series of 28-day workout plans which will do exactly that. Check out billiondollarsyndrome.com to see the details. Full body, no equipment required, HIIT style circuits, although one of the timelines does involve pull-ups and dips as well, and that has a bigger emphasis on upper body muscle, but all the timelines are full body. Interesting that when it comes to calisthenic exercises like pull-ups and dips, I rarely, if ever, see them incorporated into a routine which is also cardio. You see push-ups often involved in HIIT type circuits, but pull-ups and dips are usually not. I haven't uploaded videos quite as often recently, but I have still been grinding away in the background. Today's session was a standard 20 minutes Navy SEALs burpee session, but I had a session of squash almost immediately after this for an hour. I think it's quite good sometimes to pre-fatigue yourself before going into a particular workout. For me, a squash session. It really feels then that you're digging into your fat reserves. But then sometimes it's good to go into a session fresh so that you can really attack it. I was reasonably fresh for these Navy SEALs, but I'd had a hard squash session a couple of days earlier with a long-standing friend of mine, which I also wasn't fresh for, but the competitive aspect makes it easier to push through, especially when there's court sprints involved and we are racing. Those sessions where you're effectively in race mode just squeeze out of you that bit more. In fact, that's one aspect again that you also don't often see much of on YouTube, is two people doing a workout in a competitive scenario in some way against each other. That is usually the ultimate push when you're in that competitive environment. Of course, not everyone wants to do that, but just as an observation, if you have a training partner, even if you're not training in a competitive way, it really does add to the quality and the enjoyment of the workout. With regard to these Navy SEALs, I recently got a PB of 150 in the 20 minutes, so I think I should be aiming for a minimum of 145 now, if I'm reasonably fresh. I had a go at these last week when I was below average freshness and got 141, so I think now I don't really have any excuses to go below 140. Having said that, it wasn't too long ago I was in the 120s, but these are an exercise that you do improve with over time. The secret I found was to do a max effort of 20-minute session, have 5 minutes rest, then another hard 5 minutes, then another 5 minutes rest, then another hard 5 minutes. I think dips also help with the general push aspect of it, but I've never done a shot caller, which is 500 Navy SEALs. So I think it shows that you can get to 150 type numbers for 20 minutes with intensity and moderate volume rather than really high volume. For me, it works well to do a 20-minute blast, maybe a little bit more, and then do something a bit more intense on the cardio side, like the plyometric jumps I do. It feels for me more of a rounded session then. But there's no doubt that the Navy SEALs are a great ingredient in the fitness cookie. Okay, I'll link to the last minute of the session if you are vaguely interested in how many I got today. I think I will try to beat 150 at some stage, but I've been so involved in filming the workouts for the calisthenic fitness programs. The burpees have been pushed to the back of the line a bit, but I'm still interested to see how many more the engine can produce. Anyway, thanks for watching once again. See you in the next one.
Go, go, go. of them and skanky all night. Hold me gal and wine and kill me, make she excite. Everybody move them body, red, green and the light. Now business with no trouble, just a dance and a sing. Move your body, jump in and the hero so we swing. Songs about the passion, songs about bell ring. Open this cookie, we'll rock it till the morning. What we do? Disco, oh me love the party, follow me. Hold me and so I chew me get the disco key when me do. Mingle with the posse, believe you me. Girl a pressure me, turn your hand and see how when me dance. Watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, I shake me head. Follow me, follow me, follow me, come, come, follow me. And when me get tired, respond me, girl, true or not. No matter hip hop, hard, one mercy, yeah, what we do?